Hi, everybody. My name is April, and I want to share my terrible secret with you. I've been silent about it for several years. The fact is that I'm hopelessly in love with a completely unsuitable person for me. He's my stepfather. Please don't think something bad about me. Before you start writing nasty things in the comments, please hear me out. I never knew my father. I was raised by my mom alone, and I'm her very early kid. She was only 17 when she gave birth to me, so by my 16th birthday, she was still quite young. It's not surprising men always eyed her greedily, as she was a young, beautiful, and successful woman of 33 years old. Well, yeah, Mom got some attention from men. But she was always busy raising me up and building her career. She just didn't have time for her personal life. That's how a man first appeared in our family, only when I was 16. He was the same age as my mom. He looked very much like her, tall, well-groomed, with right features and a great figure. His character was also just wonderful, cheerful, and easygoing. We often traveled together. He showed me and my mom different beautiful, historical places in other countries. He knew a lot, and he was like a walking library. Besides, he didn't try to play dad with me. I was just a friend to him, the kid of the woman he loved, but not his daughter at all. So, no educational lectures and stuff. On the contrary, sometimes he covered my back for my mom when I was hanging out with my friends late at night or when I went out to stay with my girlfriend overnight. He said I should take anything I want from life while I'm still young. But he also warned me about the things my mom never said, as she felt too shy about it. For example, I should not trust boys at this age. Already at 18 years old, I realized that I love him more than life. I didn't just romantically fall in love with him. I realized I wanted him all. I wanted him for myself. But he really loved my mom and didn't look at anyone else. Mom was blooming when he was near. There was no place for me in their romantic pink fog, so I moved away as soon as possible. Actually, I moved into a college dorm, even though they both said I wasn't bothering them at all, and I could stay as long as I wanted. So, I said I had to dive into some important projects, studies. Plus, in the morning, I want to sleep an extra half hour instead of rushing to the bus to get to college on time. They kinda believed me. Or maybe they thought I just had a boyfriend, or I just wanted to know what the adult life is. But despite the distance, I still saw only him in my dreams. I even tried to date other guys on purpose. No good. There was not a feeling that I was in my place, next to my one and only. And every time I came home for the weekend, that feeling really cut me into pieces. Especially when my mom once said that they were expecting a baby. I just asked her whether it was too late for her or not. She laughed and said it was just the right time, because she never really felt the joy of motherhood when raising me up. But for me, her pregnancy was like a real mockery. I used to have a nasty thought that they wouldn't get along, or their characters don't match for some reason, and I still could try something. Now, I could forget about it, but my brain didn't agree with that at all. As it happened, my stepfather and I were left alone at Christmas. My mom was about to give birth to my brother, and I could not refuse myself from such a small pleasant thing, to spend the holiday with my loved one. We decorated the Christmas tree and our house together. Then I was messing around the kitchen while he mixed the glühwein and lit the fire. We were just like a real family, not taking mom and the baby into account. My Christmas wish was really nasty. I don't want to say it out loud as I'm still ashamed of my own thoughts. Still, I could control my thoughts, unlike my body, and after a couple of mugs of glühwein, my body decided to take its own, no matter what. and I crawled up on his lap with extremely obvious intentions. Maybe it was from the wine too, but he didn't really resist. I might even say he was quite active. I don't know how, but we were both topless when the phone rang, and a happy voice said we had a very beautiful and a loud boy. My mom was fine, and she was still sleeping after anesthesia. Of course, my stepfather sobered up at once and pushed me away. He put on his jacket and rushed to see his loved ones. And I was left alone, half naked, in front of a dying fire, with the thoughts of escaping from the city, because I also started sobering and understanding where I ended up after wine in my fantasies. We've never seen each other since that Christmas. I often talk to my mom and my little bro. I come home from college to help my mom, but my stepfather is always somewhere out. I can understand him. He was just embarrassed to go back to what he did with me when he was drunk. Or he's afraid that I'll mess it up with my mom. And I feel a terrible pain somewhere inside, because I still love him. And after having tried what it's like to be with him, I just don't know how I'm going to live now. Guys, love is not always about happiness and some pink frog. Sometimes it's a strong pain and a lot of moral problems complicating your life. Write in the comments what you think about my story. But first, try to be in my shoes before you start judging me. And you better not let anyone into your heart. It's much safer for your life.